Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to start our class right now. And uh, first of all, I would ask you, uh, can you see the screen I have shared? Let me know, please.
Yes, we can see.
See the skin.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to start right now. And I'm going to make you understand actually what the things you can see on the screen, uh, and what you have to do after reading the things you can see on the screen. Actually, I'm going to direct you and give you some instruction about the topic and what you have to do in the breakout room and before going to the breakout room. So first of all, you can see here, tell us something about your childhood. Actually, we have some children here as well. So in this case, you have to talk about your early life. If you are a student of class 3, 4, 5, no problem. When you are a student of class 1, or those who are studying in class 7, 8, 9, 10, then you will talk about the past when you were a student of class 2, 3, 4, 5. So just talk about your past activities, as we are going to practice past indefinite tense, past continuous, and different tense in the past we will use when we are going to talk about our past activities. In this time, you will use used to plus be1. If you did something always in the past, then to express those things, you have to use this structure, used to plus be1. Suppose you used to play football or cricket or something like that, you used to go to school and used to be a player. Then to express those things, you have to use used to plus be1. And if you did the things normally, then you will use past form of verb like v2. And in several time, according to the requirement, you can use always. If you do something, if you did something in the past always, then you can use always. And if you do something often, then you have to use often. And then never, likewise, you can use sometimes as well. So next one. Now we're going to talk about your daily routine. Tell us about your daily routine. To talk about this topic, you have to use different type of things, like you have to use present form of verb. If you want to say that you do not do something, then you have to use I do not, and then you have to use the present form of verb. And according to your need, according to your requirement, you can use always, often, never, sometimes, usually, normally, as as I was talking about the past activities. So then when we are going to talk about future, I gave you a topic. You can see here. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see on the screen. Suppose you have won a huge amount of money in a lottery. So what would you like to do with the money? Suppose you have already won and you got a lot of money winning in the lottery. So you have planned to do a lot of things. You have a lot of plans to do. So what are the plans that you are going to do? To use to say something about the things that you are going to talk, like when you are going to talk about your plans, about your decisions that you have already taken. We yesterday learned about the things, how to express, how to say that about your decision, about your plans. Like you can use jar plus going to plus v1. You can use jar plus verb plus ing. So you can also use shall, will in the time of talking about future activities. So I hope you got the points that I was trying to make you understand. And if you have no questions, then I will proceed. And if you have any question, then you can share with me. First, I will answer your questions and then I will give you the tasks. So guys, do you have any questions regarding the topic?
No, sir,
No,
I
sir.
don't
Someone
have
is
any
writing on the
question.
screen. Okay. Did you get everything?
Yes, sir.
Set? Okay, thank you very much. So I will ask everyone. I will ask everyone. One by one, I will ask you, of course. So first of all, I would like to start with Ayman Arif. Ayman Arif, are you there? Hello, Ayman. Ayman Arif, are you there and can you hear me? Jabir Rajim, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
May I ask you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us something about your childhood. So keep in mind when you are talking about your childhood, when you are talking about your past, then you have to use, if you did something regularly, daily, then you have to use used to plus V1, and then you can also use V2 and you can use always as I was talking a few minutes earlier, like that. Please proceed. Tell us something about your childhood.
My childhood had been spent with with not much pleasant, but not with in bed.
Okay, I would like to request you to start your video, at least when you are talking. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, proceed.
I have I had spent my childhood not with much pleasant, but not in bad condition at all. I had a beautiful childhood because I I have a good family, and I had much good friends too. I can remember there were many friends, and one of them is Ayman Arif. Uh, he's my good friend, and actually he's my best friend. He always advised me to do good things, and I have always tried to be like him. He's a pious person, and we played we always played together, and always tried to be play good, and always compete with each other in a study too. And there are many things common between us, and that is and but unfortunately I have separated from him. But there are many other things, like in my childhood I always went to a river that was beside my home. And I always went to my father's college. He was a professor, and there are many relatives. They came to our home, and I always try to keep happy them, and got some beautiful presents. And that was my childhood, and it was very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jabiradim. Ayman Arif, are you there? Ayman. Okay. Umama, can you hear me? Fatima Johara Umama, are you there and can you hear me?
Yes.
Would you please tell us something about your past, about your childhood? When you're talking, then you need to turn on your video.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Ayman, are you there?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I was having some problem in the internet.
Okay. But now?
Sir, I can hear you properly now.
Okay. Turn on your video and tell us something about your childhood or about your past, and using the things that I instructed, how I instructed. Instructions are already given on the screen. You can see, I hope. Use 2 plus v1 and v2. You can say how you can arrange your answer, no problem, but you have to use these two things. Okay.
Yes, sir. I have to use the first words like always, often, never, sometimes, these things.
Yeah, you got it.
Hello everyone. My name is Ayman Arif Ahmed. I live here in Sylhet and I read in class 10 in Jalalabad Cantonment Public School and College. Now, as I am here to talk about myself, I am gonna go through my
No,
hobbies.
you're not supposed to talk about yourself. You are supposed to talk about your childhood, past activities, past activities, childhood or past activities.
Yes, sorry. As I am here to talk about my childhood, so I'm gonna discuss with you about some previous memories of mine. First of all, I remember I always wanted to play. Like I never wanted to study and sit in my study table. I always wanted to play. And as a result, I often discontinued my study or often got up from my study table when it wasn't time for playing. And to be honest, I was never so much attracted to studies in my childhood, and so I sometimes I did bad result in the exams. Sir, how much long do I have to make it?
1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, so everyone. Okay, next. So sometimes I had did bad in my exams, and as a result, mom and dad sometimes got angry over me, and that caused me to be upset, and so I cried as I was child at that time. I am suddenly sir, so okay, I'm trying, sir. Okay, so what I have learned something from my childhood that uh, I would I would suggest every child to be always attentive to your studies and never miss homework quite too often. Okay, and sometimes go to your parents and take some advices from them because after all they are your well wishers and they would really help you how to pass your childhood. And for me this has always been happening, and I have passed my childhood by always consulting with my parents. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Umama, can you hear?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can proceed on the topic. Tell us something about your childhood or about your past.
On my childhood, I used to take tea, but now I prefer to take coffee. And on my childhood, I usually I went to my madrasa with my friends by walk, but now I miss it. And on my childhood, when I was 7 years old, this time all of my cousins and my neighbors came to my house, and it was my birthday. That's why they gave me a lot of presents. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And Sheikh Latifa, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us something about your past. And you are still child, I know.
Yes, sir.
So talk about your past.
Okay, sir. A few years ago, I mean, when I was only 4 or 5 years old, 5 years. So actually, I
Before
don't
going to
remember that.
start your video. Start your video and then proceed.
Okay, sir.
And
Okay, when I was only
keep your smartphone like this.
okay, sir. 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes, sir, now I
It's
can
okay.
start.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was only 4 and 5 years old, so I used to play with my toys, and I had a lot of toys, but I liked a toy most, and it was a big teddy bear, and it was pink color, and my uncle gave me that in my birthday. And I had only two friends, and they were very good friends, and I used to play with them. And also I used to play with my cousin when they came from Dhaka, and they live in Dhaka. So this is the thing I remember about my
Okay, thank you
childhood.
very much. Thank you very much. And now I'm gonna ask another participant and MKK Shoma. Can you hear me? Shoma, can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, turn on your video and then proceed. And proceed. Tell us something
Yes,
about your
sir.
past. Tell us something about your past, your childhood activities.
Sir. 1 minute.
Can you hear?
Sir. Yes, sir. I almost played badminton
If you don't have any
when
problem, then
I am.
if you don't have any problem, then you can start your video and then speak. Understand?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Proceed.
Sir, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, proceed.
This is badminton. When I was child, I almost when I am child, I went to school regularly. Um, uh, when I was younger, I used to love planting, planting trees.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now, Miftahul Jannat. Can you hear us? Miftahul Jannat. Can you unmute yourself? Miftahul Jannat, can you unmute yourself? How are you there? Okay. So let's move on to the next one. I mean, question number 2. Tell us about your daily routine. Nabila raised your hand. Do you have anything to say?
No, sir.
Okay. So tell us about your daily routine. When you are talking about your daily routine, just follow the instructions given earlier. Okay. So what about Ayman Arif? Can you proceed? Tell us
Should I
about
speak
your daily routine.
using those phrases? I mean, using those words always, often. Should I use those words like always, often, never?
Yeah. You can use any words, any type of sentences, but I give you some instructions that you can see. You have to follow them as well. 1 or
My
2 minutes. You have to finish in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay.
yes, sir. Hello everyone, my name is Ayman Arif Ahmed, and today in this video I will be talking about my daily routine. So to start off, I always wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning during the Fajr Salah, and I pray my Fajr Salah at that time, and then I recite some Holy Quran, and after that I sit to study around 7 a.m. in the morning. Often I study for around 3 to 4 hours daily in the morning, and I always try to be punctual, but I don't think I can ever be. So sometimes sometimes uh, there's just a sleep, and usually usually it's normal for me that I have been skipping my study hours usually. So it's very rare for me to actually stick to the time every single day. And I think it's for everyone that in this age it's hard to be so much punctual and study and do these things. And is then at usually at 12 p.m. I get up from my study. I mean, fully get up from study and take my bath, have my salad, and normally at 2 to 3 p.m. I sleep or have a nap. And then from 4 p.m. to 5:30, I play maybe outdoor or indoor, depends on the situation. And then normally at 6 p.m. every no 3 days a week, my home tutor comes, so I study in front of him, and then normally I go to sleep, go to bed at 10 p.m. at night. That's my routine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ayman Arif. Now, Farwa bint Saifullah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Farwa?
Yes, sir.
Farwa, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself? Okay, proceed.
Sir, network problem.
Okay, now it's clear. It's good. We can hear you. Tell us about tell us about your daily routine. Oh, you slept. So, who is there? Miftahul Jannat. You couldn't participate for the first question, but what about now? Miftahul Jannat, can you hear me?
Sir, Miftahul is my friend and she is not any student.
Oh, okay, no problem. What about Jabiradim? Jabiradim, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to put the question to you. Tell us something about your daily routine. Proceed.
Sir,
Yes. Shama, would you like to say anything? Do you have anything to say?
sir, tell us something about your childhood.
Wow. Okay, I will share after you finish. I will answer all the questions that you can see here after you finish. Okay.
If you are, yes, sir.
Okay, Jabiradim, proceed, please.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, which questions?
The second one, tell us about your daily routine.
Okay. My daily routine is quite normal. I wake up at normally wake up at 7 to 8 a.m. and it is quite late. At first, uh, at first I take my Fajr prayer and then I get fresh, and then I go to coaching center and come at 11 to 12 a.m. After that, uh, start playing games, and at 2 p.m. I take my bath, and then I take my Johor Salat, and then I eat my lunch, and after taking 15 to 20 minutes nap, I I go to the playground at the afternoon, and then in the evening I came home and take my salad, and then I sit to study, and at night after taking my salad, then I eat my dinner at 10 p.m. and then at last I watching TV for some time. At 11 p.m. I go to sleep. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I would like to unmute Shuma. Can you hear me? And you can proceed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell us something about your daily routine.
Sir, I don't have a regular routine, but I spent most of my routine studying.
You say something about your routine. Would
Sir, I
you
am not understanding.
would you tell us something about your daily routine?
Sir, I want to say.
Okay, go ahead. Sheikh Latifa.
Okay, sir. Well, I had a different daily routine when I used to go to the school, and I used to go to the school a few days ago. Now I maintain a different daily routine, so I'm going to share with you. Well, first I get up early in the morning, and then I wash myself, brush my teeth, and take ablution, and then I say my Fajr prayer. After that, I read the Holy Quran for 1 hour. Next, I sit for study, and I study for 2 or 1 hours, and in that time I finish my private and school's homework, and also I practice mathematics. And then I have my breakfast. After that I rest for some time. After that I have a class. So I have a class at 11 a.m. so I join in the class. And my class finish at 1:35 p.m. Next, I rest for a few times. After that, I have my bath. And then I take ablution and say my Johor prayer. After that, I have lunch with my parents, and then I sleep for some time. And it is very important to sleep. And next, I wake up, and then I take ablution and say my Asr prayer. After that, I have a private, and I have a private of 3 days in a week, and other 3 days I am free. So that's time I play with my friends or go to the roof. Next, I return home, and then I take ablution and say my Maghrib prayer. After that, I sit for study, and I study till 8 or 7:30 p.m. Next, I use my mobile phone for a short time. After that, if I am free, then I make videos, or if I'm not free, I don't make videos. Next, I take ablution and say my Isha prayer. After that, I have my dinner with my parents. Next, I brush my teeth. And it is very important to brush your teeth 2 times. Next, I go to bed. So this is my daily routine.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for sharing your daily routine with us. And now I would like to unmute another guy. And is there anyone left? And is there anyone who would like to share anything about your daily routine?
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead. Umama, go ahead.
well now I'm gonna share my daily routine. Usually and usually I get up from bed at 6 a.m. and then I brush my teeth and take ablution. After that, I pray my Fajr prayer and then I take my breakfast. After that, I get ready for go to my madrasa, and my madrasa starts at 8 a.m. So that's why I go there 7:30 a.m. And normally I go with my elder sister, but sometimes I go alone. And after that, when I
Oh, Umama gets stuck. So we are move on to the next topic, and that is, suppose you have won a huge amount of money in a lottery. So what would you like to do with the money? Suppose you have won a huge amount of money in a lottery. So what would you like to do with that money? So You have to follow the instructions given in the uh, screen. So who would like to start? Shuma, MKK, Shuma, can you proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, proceed.
Yes. I have only used almost of money. Sir, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I want to perform Hajj with money because I am Muslim. Hajj is very important for Muslims. Say, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Ayman Arif.
Welcome, sir.
Ayman Arif.
So can you hear me?
What? Yeah. What will you do with that money? Suppose you have already won.
First of all, I will be thanking Allah Ta'ala because He has gifted me such a huge amount of money. I think it will be pure luck. Secondly, I have never planned this way that what would I do with such a huge amount of money. But I have always dreamt for some, some activities towards the people in the street and in the roads. Uh, so most of the times, whenever I walk by the road, I see poor people, some legs broken or hand broken and cannot eat. You can count their bones from the body. So first of all, I will be giving or donating money to them because I think they need it the most. Before the priority of their daily demands is more than my luxurious life, I think, first of all. And secondly, I think as the previous speaker told about going to Hajj, I think is also a great idea, and I I hope to go to Hajj if I have a good healthy amount of money left from the lottery. And secondly, and I and I actually want to spend the whole money in social development of in my country or in the rural areas where people don't get their daily demands or suffer a lot from poverty. And then I think there are many various schools and colleges where the students don't have their own books or pens, and I think I can provide them with those facilities once I won the lottery or won the huge amount of money. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ayman Arif. And Jabir Adim, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please proceed.
So actually, I can't say what can I do without getting those huge amount. But if I get that from my imagination, I can fulfill my my family duty first. First of all, I can give a huge part to my father and mother as they have grown me to earn that huge amount, and after that I can fulfill my my needs like the salary of coaching centers, schools, and after that if there remains something, then I can give it to some poor people, and that is very good work, and that's the thing I can do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Umama. Fatimatu Johara Umama, can you hear? Okay, Sheikh Latifa.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please proceed.
Okay, sir. Well, if I have won a huge amount of money in a lottery, then I will do anything that I like. So first, I want to travel in the other countries, and it's my dream to travel in the other countries. And also, I want to help the poor people. We all know that in this world, a lot of people cannot eat. So I want to help them with my money.
Okay, thank you very much. And anyone else to share anything? Anyone else to share anything? Kamrul Hassan, Mr. Kamrul Hassan, would you like to share anything? Miftahul Jannat. Okay, I think everybody is done. I'm having some problem.
Sir, I
Can you,
can't hear you.
can you see me?
No, sir.
I think
No, sir.
uh, something wrong with my device, I think. Now,
Yes, sir.
can you see me?
Yes, sir. Now I can
Yes,
see you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now it's my turn, right? Some of you
Yes,
already
sir.
wanted to know, you wanted to
I'm
know
excited.
about my opinion, about my perspective regarding the questions that I set for you. So I'm gonna talk about those things. Like first question, I'm going to share it within very short time as we have only 3 minutes to talk about. So I will finish within this time. So first of all, childhood. I have a lot of experiences about my childhood, but I'm not gonna share with you all the things. Just I will talk about my two or three things. First of all, I used to be a player. As I used to play a lot, like football, cricket, carom. These are the things I used to play a lot with a lot of my friends. Even I used to give importance in playing rather than reading. Sometimes I used to play truant. Instead of going to the school, I used to go to the play. I used to go to the field to play. So this one, I don't suggest you to do so. Just I'm telling you as you wanted to know from me. I'm just sharing, but don't follow me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next important thing, I used to be a pious one. I used to be a pious one. When I was young, tender age, I was in tender age, I used to pray. I used to go to mosque, and sometimes it so happens when I could not attend, I couldn't go to the mosque in the Fajr prayer. My parents wouldn't give me food to eat. One meal I had to skip. Actually I was uh, obliged to do it. Actually, the rules of Islam. Actually, I am from a practicing Muslim family, and so in this way, my parents used to guide me. And the third one, I used to study. I used to study regularly. Though I could not study hard, I didn't study a lot of time. I used to study for 2 3 hours, but I used to study regularly. But what is most important thing that I would like to let you know is I used to do group study. I used to do study with a group of friends. I used to discuss the things that I couldn't understand. I used to discuss with my friend, with my teachers. If I failed to understand anything, then I used to share with the guys, those who are senior to me. And then I'd like to talk about my daily routine. Actually, I am a full-time teacher and I'm a college teacher. I have been teaching at a degree college, which is situated is very close to my town, to my home. And I'm an English teacher and I teach in my college. And in the morning, I have a tight schedule. Actually, I start my day with saying Fajr prayer, dawn prayer, and then I recite from the Holy Quran with the explanation, and then I teach my student, and then I teach my student, and then I teach my student, and sometimes I study and teach. I study and teach, and up until the end of the day, I mean, up until the 12, sometimes 11 or 12 p.m., I'm busy with this type of activities. Whether I'm studying or I'm teaching, whether I'm studying or I'm teaching. In this way, I finish my daily routine. And then if I won a huge amount of money in lottery, I don't know what I will do, but it promptly, as I have said the question right now, as I didn't plan to say something about this topic, suddenly you ask, and this is why I'm going to respond to it. Probably I will establish a hospital with that money, where people from all of, actually from the people, those who are from poor background, like impoverished family, poor family, needy family, so that they can get proper treatment. And in this sector, health sector, people are being treated frequently. In a large number, people are being treated regularly, daily, and they are facing different kind of severe experience. They are treated very badly when they are in any hospital. So from this out of philanthropic activities, actually, from this view, from this perspective, I would like to establish a hospital for those people, those who are not getting proper treatment, those who are dying without having, for not having a proper treatment in the hospital. And in our country, getting proper treatment is it's very valuable. It's very costly, expensive in our country. Not only in our country, all over the world. To get a better treatment, you need to invest. You need to spend a lot of money, actually. So if I earn, or if I gain, if I win huge amount of money, of course I will do something for the poor. I will spend for the poor, only for the poor. And I would like to establish a hospital where everyone will be able to get the facility of getting treatment properly. So these are the thing. I have already shared everything about the questions that you can see on the screen. And
Thank
together with this, I would like to thank you very much for joining this session. And inshallah, we'll meet together in the next class as well. Actually, it is going to be held tomorrow. And if you don't have any question, I'm going to end the session. Guys, do you have any questions?
No, sir, I don't have any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. See you again, inshallah, in the next class. Till then, be happy, be safe, and bye.